wanted to get a sense of what Europeans want from fisheries policy, what kind of quantities of fish they consume, what they're willing to pay for fish that comes from fisheries which respect the environment or which are careful to maintain a sustainable stock. To do that, we interviewed a representative sample of people in Bulgaria, in the UK, and in Malta. We asked them questions pertaining to their food habits and how regularly they eat fish. We asked them whether they're willing to pay for different types of labels on fish. We also asked them what they think their impacts of fisheries are. We asked them whether they'd be willing to support certain policies. We also asked about their exposure to the marine environment in general, because if we do manage to regulate better, then ultimately what we would have is a better marine environment, which would presumably translate into better well-being for citizens. And we did have a sense that people who live closer to the sea or work closer to the sea could have a higher level of well-being. And that does translate, that is what we find. We also found that people who eat no fish at all tend to have a lower level of well-being, and we're kind of exploring this a little bit to try and untangle where that's coming from. We did find that people are willing to pay a premium in order to buy fish that comes from fisheries that do no harm to other marine life, and that's the one thing that really spoke to us in terms of where people are willing to put money to their words. One thing that I wasn't expecting, or one thing that I had no expectations on, but emerged as a finding, is that people are quite confused as to whether fisheries have climate impact or not. What emerged from 3 populations, the UK, Malta, and Bulgaria, is that the aspect that they care most about and that they're willing to pay most for is the protection of other marine life. We also noticed that when presented with fish of equal price and different labels, very few people went for the unlabeled fish, most people choosing a fish with a label, and most people preferring the label that said protects marine life or retains a sustainable stock. So those are the kind of messages that already resonate with people. Will that translate in real life? In real life, when people are shopping in their supermarket with a list of things to do and all manner of things, will they stop to look at a label? Will they be willing to pay more, or will they stop at the price and just make a decision on the basis of price? So experience tells us that the first thing they will look at is price, and when it comes to fish, together with price, they're looking at how the fish looks. Okay, so in real life, label is likely to come after that. But when label is there, they're willing to pay for it.